When a country with one of South Asia's oldest air forces says it will spend billions to buy modern fighters, the whole region pays attention. Bangladesh's Chief of the Air Staff has announced in-principle approval for a sweeping upgrade, multirole combat and attack aircraft, new surface-to-air missiles, and long-range radar systems. And one candidate keeps rising to the top, China's J-10CE. Today we unpack what Dhaka's decision means for the Bangladesh Air Force, for defense procurement in South Asia, and for regional security in the Bay of Bengal. I'll explain who stands to gain, what the numbers look like, why the J-10CE is being talked about, and what obstacles still lie ahead, from cost and logistics to geopolitics and safety concerns. Air Chief Marshal Hassan Mahmud Khan told reporters that the interim government has given in-principle approval for a package that includes multi-role combat and attack aircraft, plus integrated air defense upgrades. The announcement follows high-level contacts with Beijing earlier this year and the creation of an inter-ministerial committee to study options and start negotiations. This approval does not finalize a contract, but it is the clearest signal yet that Dhaka is ready to move from planning to procurement. Multiple defense outlets now report that a Chinese option, the Chengdu J-10CE export variant, is the strong frontrunner. Government estimates put an initial buy at up to 20 aircraft, with the Office of the Chief Advisor and defense officials flagging a headline acquisition figure of about $1.2 billion for the jets themselves, and a wider program cost of roughly $2.2 billion once training, spares, and sustainment are included. Payments are expected to be spread over about a 10-year timeline, with deliveries targeted by 2027 in some reporting. All of this is subject to the Inter-Ministerial Committee's final approval and to negotiation outcomes with the supplier. Bangladesh's current fighter inventory is aging, a mix of Chinese-built F-7s, essentially J-7 MiG-21 derivatives, and older Russian MiG-29s that together offer limited envelope, sensor, and weapons capability by modern standards. That urgency was dramatically underscored in July when a Bangladesh Air Force F-7 training jet crashed into a school campus in Dhaka, producing a tragic human toll and public demands for faster modernization and safer operating practices. Modern multi-role combat aircraft, paired with upgraded surface-to-air missiles and long-range radars, would not only restore deterrent posture, but also address urgent safety and capability gaps. The J-10CE is an export-focused 4.5 generation fighter equipped, in its marketed configuration, with an active electronically scanned array radar, modern data links, and compatibility with beyond visual range missiles such as the PL-15E. Those features can transform a small air force's reach, beyond visual range engagement, better situational awareness through data links, and integration with ground radar and air defense networks. Put simply, acquiring J-10CEs would move the Bangladesh Air Force into a qualitatively different combat footprint, provided training, sustainment, and command and control upgrades are delivered alongside the aircraft. It's important to remember Dhaka has not dropped Western contenders. In May, Air Chief Marshal Khan and an AF delegation traveled to Italy for Eurofighter Typhoon demonstration flights and industry briefings, a clear sign that Bangladesh is weighing performance, life cycle cost, and political implications. European jets carry higher acquisition and sustainment costs, and often include export controls or industrial offsets tied to deeper defense partnerships that can be attractive or prohibitive depending on Dhaka's strategic priorities. Choosing China would be faster and may offer more flexible financing and logistics, but it carries geopolitical trade-offs, especially with the United States and some European capitals. If Dhaka proceeds and fields J-10CE squadrons under its Forces Goal 2030 modernization plan, that capability will change the air balance along Bangladesh's borders, including sectors facing India and, to a lesser extent, Myanmar. Even if the aircraft are export variants, analysts note that modern Chinese export fighters now demonstrate substantially improved avionics and weapons integration. For neighboring capitals, the move will be watched closely as part of a broader pattern of shifting defense procurement choices in South Asia. Acquiring advanced fighters is only the first step. Long-term operational readiness depends on pilot training pipelines, ground crew skills, supply chains for spare parts, engine maintenance, and integrated command and control. The headline price tag of $1.2 billion for aircraft rising to $2.2 billion, including support, is plausible as a program-level estimate, but life cycle costs over decades, simulators, engines, depot-level maintenance, munitions, and upgrades, could multiply that figure. For a medium-sized defense budget, Bangladesh will need careful cost-benefit trade-offs to ensure the new fighters deliver persistent combat capability rather than a short spike followed by capability gaps. Outside analysts, including representatives of the China Aerospace Studies Institute, have described the J-10C family as modern and fairly capable for an export fighter, and argued that Chinese-made systems are now competitive beyond China's borders. That endorsement frames the J-10CE as a realistic, performance-minded choice for countries seeking rapid capability improvement without the higher cost or political strings sometimes attached to Western jets. Still, effectiveness depends on the full package: sensors, weapons, training, logistics, and doctrine. Bangladesh's move toward multi-role combat aircraft procurement is a defining moment for Forces Goal 2030. The in-principle approval signals political will. The next steps will be committee approvals, contract negotiation, financing arrangements, and delivery schedules. Watch for official contract announcements, details on financing terms, confirmed quantities, and timelines for pilot and maintenance training. Also watch how external partners respond. Diplomatic signaling from New Delhi, Washington, and Brussels will matter for Bangladesh's long-term defense partnerships and for regional strategic calculations. If the J-10CE becomes part of Bangladesh's skies, it will be a watershed for the Bangladesh Air Force and an indicator of how middle powers in South Asia navigate capability, cost, and geopolitics. If you want a deep dive on the J-10CE's systems, weapons compatibility, and how it compares to the Eurofighter and other contenders, tell me which aspect to cover next and I'll break it down. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you want more defense analysis like this.